What's going on? I want to talk about life as you get older. Um, Life as you get older can become more depressing, and it also can become easier at the same time. Because the older you get, you have a better understanding of life. And the things that you used to wild out about, in your 20s, you don't do that as much once you get into your 30s because you have a better understanding. Like, you understand that whatever you going through, you have to approach it in a more mature way. You can't bash yourself and berate yourself like you used to, even though you feel terrible deep down inside. But you don't want to publicly berate yourself and bash yourself. That's what you learn as you get older. Um, but life becomes even worse as you get older because the older you get, people expect for you to have certain things, and people are not going for excuses. The older that you get, um, life just becomes more intense, and you're expected to have your together, if you know what I'm saying. Um, but as you get older, things don't get better, but your understanding of life and the way in which you go about dealing with things becomes a lot easier. That's what I noticed since I've gotten into my 30s. I've learned that, there's a way in which you go about things, regardless of how you feeling, regardless of what you might be going through. There's a way in which you handle circumstances and challenges. Um, Only if I would have had that mindset when I was in my 20s, things would have been a lot better. But there's a sense of maturity and more understanding that you have once you get into your 30s and the older you get. But the pain doesn't go away the older that you get. The sadness, the frustration, all the pain that you've been through, the insults, the put downs. The older you get, it does not get better. You just learn how to deal with life better in a more effective way. That's what I realize. That I now that I've gotten older, and I'm in my 30s. I don't think once you're in your 30s, you're not old, but you're grown enough to know how to conduct yourself and go about handling circumstances. That's what I notice at this point in my life. Like, I've gotten better when it comes to dealing with circumstances. But the depression don't go away. If anyone's wondering, oh, the older do you get, does the depression go away? Does the sadness go away? No, the sadness and frustration does not go away. You just learn how to deal with your situation more effectively. And I think that's the way it is for a lot of guys. Um, Being a man that is deprived of love and affection, that's a pain that never goes away. It's just that you learn how to deal with it the older that you get, you know? And that's what I've done. And you're not wilding out on a tangent like you was, in your 20s. But I would say the older that you get and you're a man that's deprived of love and affection, the more embarrassing it is. And the more people will look down on your behind because you're at a disadvantage and you're in a bad situation. People, they don't judge you as harshly, when you're a youngster because you're young and you're not expected to have a whole lot. But the older that you get and you don't have certain things intact and you don't have certain things in place, people will judge you in a very harsh way. That's what I do know. But I'm seeing that the older that you get, especially in these type of positions, in these situations, the older you get, things don't get better. They don't get better for you, they get worse. So if anyone's wondering, oh, once you get into your 30s, as a man who's deprived of love and affection, does it get better? No, it doesn't get better, it gets worse. Guys in these types of positions, you know, I see that. It doesn't get better for them, unfortunately. It's just that you have a more, you have a clearer, I would say you have a clearer understanding of what's going on in your life. And people can't gaslight you and deceive you like they did in your younger days because you didn't know no better. You were ignorant. So I would say that, the older that you get as an adult, your understanding of life and, you know, you understand your situation. As a man in your 30s, can't nobody try to lie to you or deceive you. You too grown for that. You understand your situation. You understand what you've been through. So, people can't play those games on you anymore. But this is like a pain that never goes away. People who've been through a lot of emotional abuse and trauma, things don't get better for them the older that they get. It gets worse. You just learn how to deal with it better. That's what I notice. You know, guys are not bashing themselves and wilding out like they used to because people are older now and people have a better understanding of things, and that's how it's supposed to be as you get older. You know, you're not wilding out and going off on a tangent like you did in your younger days. You know, and if I could rewind the hands of time and do it all over again, even in my younger days, I wouldn't have been wilding out on a tangent. You know, but these are some crucial situations, and as you get older, you're on the decline. So, you know, certain windows of opportunities that you weren't able to take advantage of in your youthful years, as you get older, it's going to be even harder because you missed that window of opportunity. But that's the sad part about getting older. Reminiscing, regret. And you don't want to live your life like that, but you know, but that's how it is getting older. In these type of positions, you go down memory lane, you reminisce, you wish you could go back in time and do it all over again, wishing you knew certain things in your younger days, but you just was ignorant. You were young and you didn't know. But that's the sad. I would say that's one of the saddest parts about getting older, is realizing that there were certain windows of opportunity that you didn't you missed those windows of opportunity. You weren't able to take advantage of those windows of opportunities. But that's pretty much been my little discussion on life as you get older. Life as you age. You know, as you get older, you're getting close to leaving this earth. So, it doesn't get any better being on the decline. And getting older can be sad too, because it's coming to the end. And the realization of a lot of things start to kick in. But you guys have a good evening, and I'll be back with more content very, very soon. Peace out.